Okay, so what is Lab 2? Hopefully I've at least started on Lab 1. I think I saw a couple of people push to it, so good. Don't get behind, guys. I mean, try and start off easy, and then get so you can start getting in the swing of things. Make sure you all jump on top of it. Lab 1, if it's not done already, should be done soon. If you have issues, I mean, definitely come talk to me. I get that, but you should have at least started Lab 1 by now. So Lab 2, we're going to make a makefile. We developed a makefile for code provided in your Lab02 directory. Please ensure the following rules to compile each CPP file into a .o. Those .o files should be created in a objs directory. Ooh, oh boy. Keep in mind you'll need a rule to create an obj directory and then put the .o files there for compiling. All right, let me jump back real quick. So we have a source file, and in here we have list.cpp, main.cpp, and node.cpp. So we talked about how you compile each individual one of them with makefiles, and then we talked about how you can put them all together. But notice that they're in a source directory. I didn't talk about that too much, so let's go ahead and jump over to tmux. Let me go ahead and create a good old mk source directory, and then I'm going to go and source my source.cpp. Include stream dot, nope, don't do the .h because it's C++. Wow, sometimes typing is just not easy. All right, so it's in the source directory. Well, how do we compile that from our current directory? So keep in mind, and I've had a couple of issues here, the makefile must exist inside of Lab 2. Don't put it inside the source directory. It needs to be in the Lab 2 directory. If you put it outside of that directory, you are wrong, because I'm not going to find it. So the question is, you have files in your source directory, how do you compile them? Well, g++ -g for flags -warn all src / my source, and then I'll call it my source.c, just the file. So what is this doing? Compiled that's inside the source / my source.cpp inside of that directory, and then output it to my source right here. I hit enter. Notice that my source is right there, and it's called here. So notice I compiled a file from a different directory by just specifying the path in the command line argument to g++. We good? Now the question is, the next thing, sorry. You need a rule to create an obj directory or objs. Either one will be fine. I'm going to do obj. Let's open up our makefile. So if we want to create an obj directory, what should the name of the rule be? OBJ. Yep. And what should the command be to make this directory? I know that was Monday. Yeah, make dir. So if I do make obj, hey, it makes it. Boom. We got that? Why is this important? Well, rm dir obj. So now it's gone. If I do my source file, I'm going to have it, my source.o, source my source.cpp. Well, g++ sg-warn all, we're going to just compile the source file, and then we're going to put it inside of obj my source.o. All right? Make my src.o. Can't create no such file or directory because the obj doesn't exist. So the first thing I need to do is have it rely on that rule. That way, if the directory doesn't exist, it'll automatically create it for me. All right, I think this was the #1 error last time. People just didn't connect this part. So now when I go back, I type make source.o, look, it automatically created it for me. And I can type it again and then it just compiles. But notice it compiled it, even though it should have said it was up to date. You know what the problem was? Well, it's not my source.o, it's obj slash. So it's actually make obj my source.o. Oh, now it's up to date. This also makes cleanup a lot easier, because now you just do delete the obj directory and go ahead and do it recursively. And there it is. All right. Let me open this back up because I did go a little quick. But I think I'm going to stop there. I don't want to do this whole lab for you. But y'all see where this is going? And then you can have other rules rely on the obj slash mysource.o, so forth and so on. Spoiler alert, there is an easier way to do all this, but we're going to type it out this time for this course or this assignment, just so everyone gets used to how makefiles work. Because it's a lot easier to understand a makefile when you kind of evolve into the final way makefiles are done. All right. You will add an all rule. I didn't do that in makefile, but the all rule, you put it up on top, which does everything. Compiles all your CPP files into .o files into the obj or objs directory. After creating a file, link them all into an executable in the lab02. Create a rule run that runs your program with Valgrind. And then finally create a rule clean that removes the file. So you can create another rule called run and just Valgrind the file. Make sure, of course, it depends on being able to create the final binary as well. All right. How we doing?
When's this one due?
This will do a week from today.
So they're both due Wednesday?
Yeah, they're going to both be due Wednesday. I should have made the other one due Monday, but for some reason I thought we had Labor Day off. Silly me. All right. Any other questions? Comments? No? All right, well, make sure I go ahead and commit this code, which I will, and we are done, yes, 20 minutes early before lab time, and then, of course, you have plenty of lab time. And that's all I have for today, so have a good weekend.